Good morning. Good morning. So I have this position so that you can see that it's really sunny here. Um, but I was trying to do it in the sun. Very cold winter day, and it's supposed to be spring. I'm so frustrated. Well, I've got my coffee. It's Thursday coffee chat, and I just decided, kind of last minute, obviously, to go live instead of the usual video. I thought, well, maybe maybe some of the questions I have would be good to discuss in real time. But I am aware that even though it's 10 a.m. here in Alberta, Canada, it is like noon or 1 in the afternoon. It's the middle of the working day on a Thursday. So I don't know if people can show up or not. Oh, hello, Dave. Great to have you here. Thanks for stopping in. Crazy weather, crazy weather. You have crazy weather too? Tell me about it. We just got like a massive foot dump of snow over the last 2 days. Temperatures went way back down to like minus 20 Celsius. And it's just like an amazing, sorry, crazy blast of winter when we were having melting spring temperatures and almost all the snow in the front yard was disappearing, and now I'm back to shoveling every day, and yesterday I shoveled 4 times because, parents were coming for piano lessons, and then we have a tenant as well, and I try to keep the shoveling up for her. Anyway, I was kind of in a mood. You had a hailstorm last night. Oh, wow. Yeah, how big was the hail? That must be, is that kind of rare for your area? I'm trying to imagine. I hope you can see me okay. It's either this or this. So I don't know. It's like the dark side. This is my shadow self, and here's my angelic self. Which is it? Which is it? I don't know. Or is it like half and half? What's that guy's name? That like Two Face. I'm a Two Face. I'm sorry. I'm really not taking this seriously enough. And I even lost my notes. I had like all these notes and questions written down, things I wanted to talk about. And somewhere in like trying to set up in a good spot, I lost them. So not rare, it does happen, but following the nice weather, we've gone back to January, it feels. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's just happening throughout the northern hemisphere. It's hard to say. So yeah, thanks for stopping in. Don't feel like if you're busy right now, don't feel like you have to stay. But some of the questions that have been thinking about, and maybe I'll just bring up. Um, I did have a few things on my phone, so I'll see if. Um, that's me. That's me. In the description, I asked some things in the description. Where's the description? There it is. Okay, I hope you're having fun. I'm having fun. I reheated my coffee from like the 6 a.m. and it's not too bad. It's not too bad. That's the thing I think when you get like really good coffee. But I know I think I've joked on here before about being coffee poor because we spend way too much for a grocery budget on coffee, and I keep thinking this is ridiculous, but it is one thing we enjoy. Coffee and good cheese sometimes, like, that aged cheddar, love that. But it's really expensive. Yeah, making the live streams from over the pond because maybe it's like it would be evening for you, maybe 6 hours earlier, I think, or 7. I mean, later, maybe early afternoon or late afternoon. Sorry. Obviously, math isn't my strong point. Well, I'm happy you're here, Dave, and whoever finds this later, maybe I'll regret doing it live. I'm not sure if it was a good idea or not. But here, just let me adjust my chair a bit. Sorry about that loud noise. Okay, so one of the things I've been thinking about is I I I'm not sure what your spiritual position is, Dave, but I have recently felt convicted or compelled to include a Bible study on my channel. And so yesterday, I started, like, I did an intro video, and everything was falling apart. Like, I had somebody call me that I had to answer right when I was getting started. Just one by one, I had so many interruptions, but I was just like, "No, I'm gonna do this." I said I was gonna do it in my head, and but then I was thinking, or the reason I think I've been resistant to doing um, more of a Bible study, because I've thought about it for a couple of months now. There's a lot of reasons, but one of them is, like, it's not a way to really get your channel going. Um, it's quite a narrow niche, and it's different than the rest of the stuff I'm doing. So one of my questions is, if I keep doing this, should I, oh, just after 4 p.m. Okay. Should I make it, like, make a different channel for that? So um you don't have to answer that, but anybody else who stops in or is here, and um looks like there's a couple people here, but I'm not sure. What do you think of that? And then, kind of related to that, I've been thinking about how to be actually authentic and do what you feel called to do or feel compelled to do, to create, and also reach your YouTube goals. And so for me, I haven't, like, to be totally honest, I haven't really thought about my YouTube goals yet, which is silly. I've been on here for a while now, but I keep thinking I'm just doing it. It's like a placeholder, right? I keep thinking I'm just doing this for whatever. I'm not doing it seriously. But then I'm like, well, you're spending quite a bit of time and you're making videos, and you gotta make a plan, like, set some goals. So right now I don't actually have any goals. Um, and it just, my goal, I guess, was just to be consistent and to improve. So those goals I'm working on. Um, but yeah, like, it's hard to sometimes know. You do what you feel, Pam. I used to be heavily religious, but not anymore. I've even been a missionary. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm really interested in that, because I've gone through seasons in my life where I've had so many doubts, so many frustrations with church, and so many questions that I've I've kind of deconstructed my faith in a way where I've kind of pulled it apart and tried to see if there's anything left, when you pull out some of these pillars that we rely on. But yeah, for me, I've come back around to the truest faith that I can express, where even though I don't have all my questions answered, and I'm really still I still have a lot of questions, and I still have a lot of frustrations, in especially in just praying and praying and praying for things that yeah, it's not, and nothing changes. And think that can be really, like, okay, is there a God? Like, is God there? Does he care about me? And I've had to really wrestle with that. Like, is my understanding of God and what I want him to do or who I want him to be, does that define who he actually is? Right? If God is real, then he is outside of my particular um, likes and dislikes and hopes and dreams. But he's also personal. And so um, that sounds very familiar. I still have faith. I think that's, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, don't feel like you have to share, but I'd love to hear if how you kind of experiences you went through, but they can be really personal. So yeah, I don't feel like you have to share that. But for me, I think looking back and seeing the ways that God has been there and answered and been faithful and done all kinds of things that when I wasn't even aware, um, that has really helped my faith. And then I think spending time in God's word, like reading the Bible and really studying it, it's something strengthening about that. And it's really interesting. It starts to be like less and less about me and more about him. And so that's why I just kind of felt compelled to share some things. I'm not like an expert in the Bible, but I have taught high school Bible, things like that. I've done Bible studies before, but I'm not like, I don't have a master's of divinity or something. Yeah. So, yeah, that was kind of my question. How to balance authenticity and YouTube goals. And when you feel like, well, I really want to do this, I really love this particular thing, and then you start doing it, and what if nobody cares, right? No, what if nobody sees it? What if it doesn't meet your YouTube goals, expectations? What if you lose subscribers? Does that matter? And I think there's like two different sets. So correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like maybe there's three different sets of people on YouTube, but there's people that are like um, goal oriented, money maybe focused underneath it all. Like they just want their channels to succeed. And um, so everything that they do is tailored to that. They're going to listen to the gurus, they're gonna follow the things they're supposed to do. And yeah, I don't know. And then there's a whole other set of people that are more like, um, I'm just on here to have fun. I'm enjoying making videos. So I don't know if you're watching this later on, let me know in which camp do you find yourself, or is there a camp in between there? And is there any point in being on YouTube if you're not trying to be successful, right? You got to ask the question, how do you measure success on YouTube? Yeah, that's a good question. How do you measure success? Is it subscribers? Is it views and comments? Is it your own personal satisfaction with what you're doing? Like I started, if you go way, way back in my videos, you can find um, one of the very first videos I made is, I think it's Not My Circus, Not My Monkeys. And it's just a rant in my car after I got home from teaching about how horrible the day had been. And then I closed it with Not My Circus, Not My Monkeys. And I was just, it felt so good to talk to somebody, even though it was just my phone. And then I was like, I gotta upload this somewhere because I don't have room to keep videos on my phone. so so that was just kind of how it started. And I did another video of just me driving to work one day, and that was just another little funny. I wanted to kind of capture a moment in time almost like a poem does, captures a moment in time, or a painting too, right? I wanted to capture this moment of me being a certain age in a certain phase of life, driving to work for one of the last times. And I'm glad I did that, even though it's just like a couple of minutes of nothing. And then it kind of made me think of how it might be for my kids or other people to look back and say, oh, this is what mom was like, right? And this is the kind of thing she was thinking about. This is what she was doing. So then there was like that legacy aspect. Um, and just documenting my life. And sometimes in my life, I felt really unseen and unappreciated and unheard. And so it's kind of like, to me, success on YouTube has just been a way of being seen, being heard, um, meeting other people like you, Dave, and others. When someone says I've inspired someone, that's my payday. Hey, yeah, and you have totally inspired me. I don't have my little painting here that I did, but um, you inspired me and a couple others to go and pick up some watercolor paints and some paper and just try expressing myself. And you know what was beautiful about that is, even though I wasn't like, I don't think I'm really good at it. I mean, you can always improve, right? But what was inspiring, was the whole time that I was painting, I did not look at my phone. I didn't think about my phone. I was just lost in the colors, in the creating, and I think I need that. I think we all need that, right? And so that was the beautiful part of it to me. And I'm not gonna give up. I'm still gonna, if I have time here and there, I'm still gonna paint. I really love, poppies, so I'd like to learn to paint some poppies, and maybe I could, put it up in my house somewhere, um, to bring some color into my life in these very dreary winters. Just looking down to see if there were any other questions that I had. Um, yeah, what else is going on? The other thing, oh, hi, Amber. Welcome. I'm just on here doing kind of an impromptu live, which I shouldn't do because nobody knows about it. And, not nobody, but like, it's really hard to see those when you're on YouTube, um, those impromptu lives, especially if you're not used to seeing them. But yeah, I'm just talking about like YouTube, um, talking about the Bible study channel idea, or Bible study, weekly Bible study on my channel, whether maybe I should do a separate channel for that. And yeah, what does it mean to be successful on YouTube? Yes, I'm still trying to improve. Painting definitely helps forget problems, if nothing else. Yeah. So Amber, I was also, Mrs. Creel, I was also, talking about like, it's so sunny, but really cold and really snowy here. We got like a foot of snow basically over the last couple of days. And it's supposed to be spring. So I was trying to set up in a place that you could see the brilliant sun on the snow outside and the blue sky, but it was impossible. So I just kind of compromised, by having this like bright flash of sun on the wall behind me. And I was joking about how if I move around, I can be like two-faced. I can be partly angel, you know, dark and light. Anyway, that was me just talking to myself. Mm. So yeah, Mrs. Creel, this is Dave, from Get Some Color in Your Life. Um, he is from across the pond, and he has a cool channel if you want to check it out. He does great paintings and shares some of his life on there. So thanks for being here. Yeah. The other thing that's been on my mind is my kind of more of a sad, I guess. I've been feeling really sad and really down because I miss I miss my kids, and I'm really far from both of them. They're both young adults, and they both need me in a way right now, like, not really, really, but I think it's very hard for me to just find meaning in life without them around, without feeling like I'm and doing something for them, and a lot of, like, the work that I'm doing when I'm working, I'm trying to save money so that I can help them out, um, but lately, it's just been hitting me really hard, like, how difficult it is. I know it's just a phase, but I think it's kinda like any grief, right? Any grief that we go through, it hits in waves, and it hits when you're not expecting it, right? And I've heard that from people who've lost someone very dear to them that, um or maybe you haven't lost somebody, like, through death, but you've lost somebody in a different way. Like, for me, I've kind of lost my sister, my younger sister, and we used to be close, and now with her divorce and her being with this new guy and just the things that are going on, I can't like, she's angry at me because I haven't been able to accept what she's doing and, like, embrace it, and that seems to be the only option, and I think she's also really angry at me because my husband and I will talk to her ex-husband once in a while, even though they're not officially divorced. Um, anyway, it's a messy situation, and she has 6 kids, and I'm close to them too. So I feel like in some ways I've lost that relationship, you know? And yeah, it's kind of a dark thing to share, I guess, but just thinking about loss and grief and how it just suddenly will hit you at different times. And so for me, um, it's hitting me right now how far I am from my kids. One of them is like 8.5 hours away, and one of them is about 7 hours away. And I don't know. It's just my heart just feels empty. I've dealt a lot with losing people who haven't died. I understand. Yeah, yeah, I'm glad. I mean, I'm not glad, but I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, well, that's hard missing your kids. Yeah, it is. And like I think I'm also feeling kind of trapped, if that makes sense, here. And I know this is just a phase. You know how you like hit certain walls and you know you're gonna get through it. But everything that we kind of moved back to my hometown for is not what we thought it was. And so it's hard, like, being here and trying to make a life again when my life, like, what I've been living for all these years, my kids are not here, and they don't wanna be here, and I don't blame them. Like, the town that I live in is this industrial, like, it's not a pretty place at all, and, anyway, and I just feel like we're constantly just stuck here because of my husband's job. He works um, 5, 6 often days a week. We hardly have any time off, and when he does have time off, um, yeah, like we take a big financial hit when we take time off, and I'm not making enough teaching piano and things like that to it's hard, right? It's hard to make it. And so I know I have so much to be thankful for, and I'm just whining away here, but I'm just feeling like I want to get out of here. I want to travel and I want to see my kids. I want to live my life. I want to, do things with Dylan, with my husband, go places, and it's just a grind, right? Every day, and there's never seems like there's enough. The economy is a mess. The government's a mess. And maybe I'm just feeling the heaviness of the world right now, and this is how I'm kind of interpreting it. But I appreciate you expressing how you miss your kids. I still struggle to this day with how unattached my mom is to me. Yeah, that's interesting. Hey, like, why is that? I know I'm a lot more attached to my kids, maybe than some people. Um, when I left home, I was 17, and yeah, I don't know how much to say about it all, but my mom did say that she needed me out of the house. Like it was, she couldn't handle me being around anymore. Um, and I like that's a lot to unpack. And my mom and I have a good relationship in many ways today, but just how easily, yeah, like I was 1,000 miles away, and I was so unequipped for life. But I know she would say, and she's probably right, that I wanted to get away. Like I was happy to get that far away, and it's true. It's true. I was happy to get that far away. And that's why I think sometimes being back here in this town that I wanted so badly to get away from. I sometimes think, why did I think this was a good idea? Like it seemed like a good idea at the time. And a lot of the reasons that we moved here are still good, valid reasons. But but yeah, that must be something to consider and to think about if your parent, is kind of unattached to you. Like what is up with that and what does that do to you? And yeah, I think it kind of like pulls the foundation out from under you, and it makes life hard, right? You are not alone. Life is heavy and an ongoing grind. Yeah, like everybody's going through it. It's not just me. I know that. And I know I have a lot to be thankful for. Like here I am in the middle of the day, when I have time to do a live stream. Like that's a privilege. I know that that's a privilege in and of itself. And maybe I just need to spend more time thinking about the good things and looking for those little glimmers of hope, right, in the day. Um, but I think you reach a point where things just feel really, really pointless sometimes, and it's like, what is all this for? Maybe it's a midlife crisis. Like, what is all this work, this hard work for? What is it? Where is it getting us? And I think that's like it's getting you from day to day. It's getting your groceries. It's helping you survive, right? But maybe I just need more to enjoy in my life. Maybe I need more to look forward to. So, oh, Sally, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I'm just on a whining rant right now about feeling trapped in my life, and feeling like there's never enough money, there's never enough time. Watching my poor husband, who's exhausted, he's just burning the candle at both ends, and uh, yeah, and missing my kids a lot. They're far away, and I just feel powerless to really be there for them. But I know also that that's, in my series about over helping, over responsibility, that's that popping up, right? Like I want to rush to them. I want to pick up their burdens and their backpacks. I just want to carry everything for them. And that's not going to really help them develop resilience and strength in life, right? They need to go through their own struggles. But man, I miss the days when they were little kids and I could just like literally pick up their backpacks and carry them. Mm. Aw, thank you. Big hugs. Aw, you miss your kids too? 35 and 38-year-old boys. Yes, I said boys. They're always boys, Sally. They're always boys. Yeah, I know they're men, yeah. Like, but they're always gonna be your boys, no matter how big they are, how old they get. Yes, we have to find a way to balance our attachments with their necessary independence. Yeah, that's the thing. And I'm going out in the sun again. White out. I'm sorry. It's just like there's been no sun here. It's just been snowing, Sally, for like 3 days, 2 days, and we have a foot of snow. Our roof still can't be repaired because of all the snow on it. It's stressing me out because I have to like we gotta get that roof fixed, right? And the poor guy who's supposed to fix it, he can't get up there. Maddie is coming in June for my birthday. 82 more days. Aw. That's something to look forward to though, right? My daughter is gonna be coming through in June, because she's the maid of honor in yet another wedding. Not here, but in Alberta. So she's going to come here, and I think she's going to try and bring her boyfriend with her. So yeah, God willing, come visit. We'll go get massages and have a grand old time. Yeah, I think that's a thing that kind of can keep you going, right? When you're feeling like life is a bit pointless, is friends, having things to look forward to. And yeah, I think I'm missing my kids. I'm feeling a lot of stress um, about different things that are going on. And but but there's always there's always a but. We are going away for Easter. We're gonna go see my daughter in British Columbia, and so excited about that. The weather there is a lot nicer than here. They're well into spring, I'm pretty sure there. And I just can't wait to see her. She's had a lot of, health struggles, and I just want to give her a big old hug and just be a mom for a while and meet her man, her boyfriend. She's met a really lovely guy there, and can't wait to kind of meet him, and we could go visit Lori and she can give us ear ear lashing on how we have to be grateful for everything. Yeah. Those are the voices I kind of hear in my head when I'm expressing my angst about something and just trying to be real, right? Like the reality is that I'm frustrated, I'm stressed, I'm sad, I feel trapped. Um, it's that song about a rat in a cage. And, yeah. Are you kidding me? You're going on another trip? I know. You know what's funny is you guys are the only ones who really know that I'm going on these trips. But yeah, this is not my usual. It's not my usual. But yes, we will be driving 8.5 hours. And I don't know about you, but like as I'm getting older, and I know I'm not that old yet, um, spring chicken, as Rhonda says, traveling for a long time like hurts. It hurts my hips, my back. Ah, so I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to just get through it. Hi, Mike. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for listening. I just decided to go live in with my coffee chat instead of making the video, which maybe was a bad idea. I don't know. But um, I just wanted to unpack some things. I had some questions about the Bible study, weekly Bible study I'm going to be doing. I was just kind of riffing on that for a bit. And then I talked about YouTube and like, what is it? Dave and I were talking about what does it mean to be successful on YouTube? And I talked about how I haven't really set goals and I haven't really been taking it seriously, but that's partly just me being in denial because that's kind of what I do, okay? There's Mike. Look, there's my handsome brother. Oh, hi, DG Outdoors channel. Hi, Daniel. Welcome, Dan. Is it Dan or what do you like better, Dan or Daniel? I'm just going on kind of what other people say. Dan is my business partner. Yeah, you guys are doing songs and stickers and all kinds of stuff. If that's what you're talking about, Mike, can you see me? Mike, hello. Mike, can you see me? Yeah, Mike is often listening when he's at work, and so I don't think he's often like can look in the chat probably as easily, right? But I'm glad that you guys are here. Thanks for coming to my coffee chat. Um, I was saying earlier that it's so bright and sunny outside. It's glorious. The sky is so blue, but I couldn't find a place to set up where I could show that because I was so like in shadow that I was just like this dark shape. Maybe pick up my laptop and show you the backyard. Should I do that? Can you see? Can you see the snow? Anyway, and the sky. Let me aim it at the sky. Oh, I'm ridiculous. I'm ridiculous. This is not how you do a live stream. Can somebody just educate me about how you actually do a live stream? Oh, Pam on Lori's chat last week. He acted like I couldn't be seen. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I missed that one last week. I was on Lori's live this morning. Um, but yeah, what was I? Oh yeah, last week I was on a trip. But yeah, so I'm excited about going to see her, and I don't know. Sometimes life just, for me, is just feeling really heavy right now, and I'm fighting. I'm fighting through. I'm fighting to like stay sane. But winter needs to leave. Winter could be over with anytime. Spring just keeps kind of like popping its head up and going, hello. And then winter just goes, dumps a huge pile of snow and cold. And I'm just worried spring's going to be like never coming up again. I'm worried that the White Witch has cast a spell on Alberta and we're going to be like always winter and never Christmas, like in Narnia. Oh, lost the sound? Oh, oh, sorry. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me now? You can still hear me? The microphone says that it's working. Oh, you can still hear, maybe it's just me. Okay, I'm on my laptop. Let the phone charge. Pam, would you like a custom song about your YouTube channel? I can hear you loud and clear. Okay, good. Okay. I thought maybe that would have made sense, right? With me like taking my laptop and flailing it around the room. I could have lost sound. Oh. Would you like me a custom song? I don't know. I mean, who would say no to that? Um I feel like that's a lot of work for you though. And I'm not like I haven't thought about having one, but um yeah, I don't know. Do what you want to do, Daniel. But if there's somebody else that is in line, you know, go go ahead and do theirs first. Because I have to confess, I haven't thought about it enough. I thought about it today, this morning, a couple hours ago when I was on Lori's live and she played the song that you made for her, which was really good. That was really good. I love that. Don't worry, Pam. It seems like it's only here in mine. Okay. Yeah. Um, it my microphone is only showing like 1 or 2 bars of, so I don't know. So, yeah, those are the things I wanted to talk about today. In my coffee chat, I was gonna talk about the Bible study, how I've just been feeling compelled to share God's word out there more with people because it's like, yeah, it just seems like there's a famine in the land for the word of God, and it's like hard to really understand that. I think unless you're really in God's word and you're reading it, and it's like it comes alive more and more and more as you study and as you read it, and so that is one blessing in my life. That is one constant that none of this heaviness can take away. And like, what does Job say, right? Um, oh, I forget the exact verse, but maybe one of you can remember it. It's all good. I have an app. I use AI to help me, but I write a lot of the lyric prompt. It's easy to do. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would be honored if you wanted to do that. I don't know if I'd have to figure out how to play it. I don't know. And sometimes the technology, um, I'm not terrible at technology because I know that anybody can learn. And if you push yourself and if you study it and if you like practice, you can learn technology. I can learn technology, and I want to learn more about how to do things. But I'm also aware that I have limited time. I will have more time in the summer. As soon as piano lessons are over, I will have more time because I'm just kind of cramming this in before my lessons start today. And I also have to get groceries. So there's a lot of cramming going on. But like when I start teaching online next year, so this summer, I have to learn some things. I have to get myself a proper microphone. I have to maybe get like something to help make videos because I've noticed when I'm editing on my phone with YouTube Create, it's not that difficult, but it often uploads weird. Like there's little glitches and things. And so that's kind of irritating. So I maybe need to get a different program. Anyway, if you're still here, thanks for being here. I probably won't stay on too much longer because I've said all that I had to say. Um, don't want to start crying about missing my kids, and that's like a possibility. I think I just thought it would be easier. I thought I could see them more. But if there's not a time barrier, there's a money barrier, right? They have lives, they're busy too. Um, but it's just really hard for me to live here where I don't feel like I really belong. I think maybe that's it. And that's why I love YouTube and I love you guys and the friends that I meet on here because I feel like I belong. And in this town, I shouldn't say this because but it's a very a certain way, and I used to fit into that. I used to when I was a teenager, I used to wear Wrangler jeans and cowboy boots and listen to country music and go to rodeos and, whatever. Like, I had a very, country life. I had a very limited scope, and I think part of the not the sacrifice, part of traveling and living in different places, it's good because it grows you. But then sometimes you grow out. You grow out of where you used to be. And coming back here, I feel like, and it's not their fault, but I feel like everyone in my church in the community that knows me, my family, they're all expecting me to be like I was 30 years ago. And I'm totally different. I have different beliefs. I am way more centrist. Um, anyway, I've changed a lot even from 5 years ago. And I think what I've just been doing is just hiding who I really am because it's way too complicated to try and express that all of the changes I've gone through and all of the difference. Um, so I just try to stick to the things that I know are foundational. I use KineMaster. Is that how you say it? It's an editing app free to use. Oh, okay. I haven't heard of that one. To check that out on your phone. I'm back and sounds good now. Okay, thank you for coming back. KineMaster 2 Premium. Oh, okay. Dave, you use that. So is it KineMaster? KineMaster? I'll have to look that up. All right. Yeah, because like your videos look great. And I also probably could use it, like, if I got a newer phone, it would probably be good. Anyway, I'm getting really deeply philosophical here, just oversharing, but I'm frustrated with life right now. That's just the bottom line. I can't pretty it up. I know I am grateful for so much, but those two things can be true at the same time, right? However, I know that when you get frustrated, when you feel trapped, you can look at it as a dead end, or you can look at it as something that will push you to grow, an opportunity to change and to kind of like break out of whatever cocoon you're in and become the butterfly. And yeah, I'm really grateful for YouTube. I'm grateful for a place to be my authentic self, to say what I want to say. And I think I'm going to probably get more and more honest on here as time goes on because, yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a really safe place besides just with my husband, at home to be my authentic self. I'm kind of feel like I'm put in a box um, and expected to be a certain way. And I've probably just contributed to that. I have been the one who has signed up for the things. I'm the one who, like, I've painted this picture of myself. And now I'm like telling everybody, that's not me. Right. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh no, Mike's Adventure. Oh no, what? How are you guys doing? Enough about me. If you could be really honest right now, if you have the time and the mental, if you're in a place that you feel you can be really honest, like how are you doing? Do we ever really ask ourselves that and honestly say, I feel like on YouTube is one of the only places that I can do that. Um, and so I think that's one of the things that was going through my head with thinking of the Bible study. Okay, I am committed. I want to do the Bible study. I feel a bit nervous about being able to do a good job, but I just need to take it slow and just be real about that too, and to not be like this version, this over spiritual, got all the answers version, right? Of of myself. Because I'm talking about the Bible, because I'm sharing verses. I want it to be authentic, real, to ask, to just deal with the tough verses and the tough questions and not try to sugarcoat everything, right? But what I'm afraid of is because I do that in so many other areas of my life, I'm afraid I'm going to do that again. How people view you to be a certain way, just be yourself. Okay, yeah. I'm myself on here. Basically, like, what you see is what you get. I'm not that way generally, I have to admit. You gotta be just yourself. Unfortunately, if people don't like it, and maybe for the better. That's true. I've had to let some friendships, some relationships go because, um but, sometimes the close relationships, family relationships are hard because and it's mainly, sadly, and I hope they never see this, but my parents, I love them so much, but when I try to be real, when I try to be honest, it's totally not accepted. And so I think I'm feeling a lot of rejection from them right now. Maybe that's part of it. It's great to find a place where you feel like you belong. This channel is one of those places for me. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for the heart. And with the underdogs, Dean is great. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys want a good channel to check out, Underdog Theology with Dean Lentini. That's where I met Mrs. Creole or Amber, and that is a great community too. Please don't sell yourself short, Mike says. I cannot thank you enough for you doing your Bible study. Oh, that's awesome. It is hard for me to read something and fully embrace what it says, but if I hear somebody else read it or say it, that makes more sense. Oh, well, that's good to hear. Yeah, I know there's a reason why I keep thinking about that and wanting to do it. And I think the reason I'm nervous and I have some doubts about my own ability and worried about, being consistent and all those things. I think that's like a sign, right? That like who was saying that? Was it Scott or Lori that you're over the target, right? When you get a lot of negative feedback, sometimes it's because you're over the target. So yeah, well, I'm glad that this is a safe place. I hope everyone who sees this later can feel like it's a safe place to share. No place is ever totally safe, right? When you put yourself out in the world. But I like to do lives on, with just subscribers, and it feels like more of a safe community. I'm not interested in dealing with trolls and things at this point. But yeah, well, is there anything else you wanted to ask or say? I think I'll sign off. Um, Thank you for stopping in, and even though it might not be morning where you are, I hope that you can have a coffee, have a tea, have just a moment of peace and reflection, and think about life. And it's really important to end this on a hopeful note because I've been talking about being kind of down, kind of sad, kind of lost, kind of trapped, but I want to end it like on a hopeful note that life is worth living and there's always hope. In relationships, even though they can be really difficult, they're wonderful. YouTube is a hopeful place, like this community that I've found on here. Hi, Allie. Yeah, great to see you, Dave. Thank you for coming in and being the first one here and listening to me this whole time. I've never made it to a live, and I did today. Hey, Ellie. Yeah, I kind of just did an impromptu live coffee chat instead of making my coffee chat video, which I don't know if that was the wise thing to do, but it just felt like what I wanted to do at the time. I really wanted to share honestly, and I find like on lives, I can be more myself. And where when I'm making a video, I'm a lot more self-aware, if that makes sense. And so I can it can be more stilted and I'm thinking through what I'm saying a lot more, like instead of just letting it all hang out. How is Dylan? He's still pushing snow. Yeah, he is pushing snow. His shoulder is really sore. I think he might have tore his, what's that muscle like under your shoulder blade? Kind of is a scapula or something like that. I don't know, but he's been in a ton of pain for a couple of weeks, and you know how when you're just in like that chronic pain, it can be really exhausting. So yeah, when he got home last night, he just looked so exhausted, so rough. He was supposed to get a haircut today, he had to cancel that. He's just out pushing massive amounts of snow and it's blinding, right, too. So I think staring at that snow all day long, it's really tiring on the eyes, but he's supposed to be the greater foreman, and he is the greater foreman, but work is so short-handed that he's constantly getting, constantly having to take the jobs that come up, and he is an amazing, very good grader operator. So it's totally okay to feel down, otherwise we miss the highs. Yeah, that's a good point, Dave. You know, feeling down um, can make those like the happy moments stand out a lot more. The contrast, right? Just like with painting, the light and the dark. That's how that's how painting is done. You can tell me more about that, I'm sure. Have you ever tried to be friends with Sally D? Oh, yes, that's so funny. Oh, you'd be praying for Dylan. That's a bummer. Yeah. I'm kind of worried about him with our trip coming up. We'll be leaving on Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm kind of worried that his shoulder's going to be still in so much pain. And it's really hard to get an appointment around here for physio. Or it's really hard to get an appointment anywhere when you're working from, when you're leaving the house at 6:30 and getting home at 6:30. It's like, when do you do anything? When do you go to the bank? When do you go to the doctor? He's got to take some time off. We got to figure this out. I've been having a great day today. Oh, that's great. I've been so happy. My face hurts from smiling. Oh, Allie, you have the best smile. You have a beautiful, amazing smile. I'm so glad you're having a good day. Yeah, people who have been through hardship can really appreciate the good days. That's right. Yeah, we've all been through things. And yeah, we've all been through hard times. And um yeah, I think I just need to hold on to hope and the situations that I'm having a hard time with that I've been praying about over and over again and just feeling like the silence is deafening. I just have to still have hope and trust, right? Because his ways are higher than our ways. And he knows the big picture. He knows the end plan. And what we see in the here and now is such a fraction, right? Um, hope and coffee. Oh, yes, that's my story. Yeah, yeah, Mike. I think you have a lot to share, and I maybe I should go back into some of your videos so I can from the past so I can hear more of your story. Oh, you're saying about work. I work too much, don't have time to do things, or everything's closed after work. Yeah, that's like the working man's life, right? And I try to take care of as much as I can, like on a day like today, when I have the morning off, then I try to take care of stuff. But there's things we can't take care of. We have an old truck and a car we need to sell. My son's old car is sitting in the yard covered in snow. My husband's 90 whatever, well, what is it? 2000? I forget the year. But but Dylan has this old GMC Sierra, I think it is. Cool looking pickup truck. A little bit of rust on it. But We need to sell both of those vehicles, and it's like you just don't have time to deal with these things. I'm very excited for the Bible study. Oh, that's great. Yeah. A light for the path. Is that the name that you think I should call it? Yeah, I'm kind of going back and forth between a light for the path and a well lit path or the well lit path. Um, so yeah, if anybody has any go you can go to that video and comment underneath or here or whatever because um, I'm supposed to be a writer. I'm a writer, but I can't think of the right words. So okay, I said I was going to go, so I will go. Thank you for catching this live, Allie. I hope you still have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. Got to go to the store getting lunch for the family. Yeah, you like both names, so no help. Yeah, okay. Bye. Have a wonderful day or evening, whatever you're doing. And thank you for coming. Coffee Chat with Pam is over. Over and out.